What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Gridiron Talk Zone. It's time to make our Week 3 picks. We have a comment. Yes, we were running late. I'm very sorry, Jaden. See, my co-host, I gave them a time to show up, and they decided to show up right at 9 o'clock. So we had to get everything together.
All right, Justin Fields, blame the management. All right, man.
All right,
anyway. Blame everybody else.
Right. Just after week 2 and you're blaming the management.
Anyway, okay, so Week 3 game picks. Let's just get right into it. First, I'm going to show the records of me and Jude because we've been keeping track since Week 1. Jackson showed up a week late, so he's not going to be on here since we don't have his results from before. But anyway, yeah, you're looking at records, 3 games. It's early in the year, and then there's the last week's, and we're both tied 1-1, upset on the week. But you're not here for that. You're here for the picks. So let's get into the picks, starting with Thursday Night Football, Giants at the 49ers. So looking at the injury report for the Giants, Andrew Thomas, the starting left tackle, is out, one of the better ones in football. Saquon Barkley is out at running back. And the Niners just clearly the better team. The Niners haven't even played a home game yet. They played 2 road games, and now they finally get to go play a home game. I think it's going to be a blowout. Giants will probably lose by like 15 to 20, in my opinion.
No doubt.
No, I'll just say I have this as my stinker, as you can tell. I've been impressed with the Niners. Obviously, everyone has been impressed, but that's kind of what people expected. But the level that people are putting them on, I need to see more from Purdy. And I think just more games from him. I just need to see it more. So this game will just be another test for him. I don't really know how good the Giants' defense is. Hasn't looked very good so far. But I think the Niners kind of get up early and then just use their run game and just kind of wear the Giants out. And it's just that's why I have it as my stinker.
Okay, yeah, stinker. It's the game that we think is going to be the biggest blowout. So the team that will win by the most out of any team.
I want to double down on the Brock Purdy. This is going to be Brock Purdy's test. I mean, he needs to have a quick start, good game. I think first half is going to be a good judgment of Brock Purdy's character throughout the season. But this is an easy win for the Niners.
Well, yeah, we've seen a lot from him from the pocket, accurate, getting the ball out quick. We just need to see more downfield from him. So hopefully this is a game where he can do that. But oh yeah, you'll see. Saints Packers is going to be a good one. On to Titans Browns. I'm the only one picking the Browns here. I get Watson hasn't been playing up to par, but I just look at a big mismatch here up front. The Browns D-line versus the Titans, one of the worst pass blocking O-lines in football. So yeah, I think it's going to be a blowout. Well, not a blowout, but a mismatch there, and the Browns take care of it by like 7 or so points.
Yeah, if you watch offseason stuff, I was higher on the Titans than pretty much everybody. I think the Titans have a clear head coach advantage over the Browns. And now that Chubb's out, Jerome Ford did look pretty good, and I'll give him that. But I don't think that level is sustainable. And I think the Titans actually have a top 5 to 10-ish defense. I think the defense is really good, especially the front 7. And it's going to force Deshaun to throw, which since he's came back, he has not proven he can do that consistently. So, yeah, I like the Titans. Probably a close game. I'll say Titans win by a field goal, probably 20-17.
Yeah, Titans just edge out the Browns off. I mean, like Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry plays, I know Derrick Henry is also questionable, but I mean, Derrick Henry's most likely playing. Nick Chubb's out. Ryan Tannehill, I think, can outperform Deshaun Watson on any given day, which I think, that might sound like a crazy sentence, but Deshaun Watson doesn't look like he has it. And Amari Cooper is good, but the rest of that wide receiver core isn't there, like Hopkins and Treylon Burks can be for the Titans. And Mike Vrabel outcoaches the entire Browns staff. So Titans should edge this one out.
On to the Lions-Falcons. I'm looking at the spread on this. It's only a 3-point spread. The Lions have a lot of injuries. I don't know if you saw, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson looks like he's going to be out the entire year. Other starting safety, Kobe Joseph, is questionable, along with Josh Reynolds, David Montgomery, and Emmanuel Mosley. And the Falcons, they don't have many injuries, just Troy Anderson right now, who's questionable, the linebacker. But anyway, I think the Lions offense is going to do kind of just too much at home for the Falcons to handle. Still a young, new defense. Well, not the most young defense, but a new defense for the Falcons, new pieces, still getting things going. So I think the Lions offense is going to be too much to handle for the Falcons. So give me the Lions.
Yeah, I like the Lions here. Honestly, I predicted the Lions to win the division. So, but I haven't been as impressed necessarily. This pick is more off the Falcons. I know they're 2-0, but I think that might be a little. They haven't played up to 2-0, in my opinion. I think, well, obviously week 1 is the Panthers, and everyone's gonna beat the Panthers this year. And the Packers, it was a great win, but they were down by a lot by 12 in the fourth quarter. It was a nice comeback, but I need to see more from Ritter. Not necessarily liking what I see from him, but Bijan is an animal. So don't get me wrong. If the Falcons win this game, I will by no means be shocked. But I think the Falcons offense will just the Lions offense will just be able to outscore the Falcons.
Yeah, I don't think anyone disagrees that maybe last week the Packers should have probably got that game over the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that should come at the disappointment of the Falcons' play. I think the Falcons still played very well, and I agree with the fact that we need to see more from Ritter, but I don't think that necessarily means we're not going to see it. I think there is still a chance that we see something from Ritter, and that maybe just the incredible play from Bijan and Algier mostly Bijan has been outshadowing Ritter, and I think I'm very high on young receivers like Drake London. And I think the Falcons have showed they can perform. And I think the Lions is the perfect team for them to show that they can perform, and the perfect time for Desmond Ritter to show that he's got it. So give me the Falcons on this one.
You a big Desmond Ritter guy or something?
I'm not a big Desmond Ritter guy, but I don't think you count him out just yet.
You want to know a crazy stat about Desmond Ritter?
Hit me.
He's never lost a home game in college or in the pro.
Oh, there you go. Is this one? This one's in Georgia?
No, it's in Detroit.
Oh, well, never mind.
That's a crazy stat.
That is a crazy stat.
Yeah.
On to the Saints, the Packers. This is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be mainly a defensive battle between two really good defenses. You look at who the Packers played the first 2 weeks, the Falcons and the Bears. They haven't faced a defense like the New Orleans Saints just yet. So I think that this defense is going to go into Lambeau, put together a very good performance against a young quarterback in Jordan Love. And then you have the veteran quarterback on your side, Derek Carr. I think it's going to come down to who can make a big drive at the end. And I trust Carr versus the Packers more than I trust Love versus the Saints. So I think Carr is going to put together a good fourth quarter and get the Saints a big road win here in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, I like the Packers. I think the Saints, kind of similar to the Falcons, they've been more impressive than the Falcons because their defense has been playing lights out. But the offense, I mean, Carr has just not been up to standard so far. And it's tough for me to pick against him because I wouldn't be shocked at all if he comes out and has a good game because he's fully capable of it. But I just haven't seen it. And the Packers, coming off the week they just had, they probably, I mean, like Jackson said, they probably should have pulled that game out. So I feel like this week they're going to be a little pissed off, that let that game slip. And also, the LaFleur versus Dennis Allen coaching edge, that's a substantial one. I don't know if Derek Carr can over. I mean, the offense hasn't really proven it can. The Saints offense hasn't really proven anything yet. So I'm just going to go what I've seen so far, and I like the Packers offense over the Saints offense.
People call Mike Vrabel Baby Belichick, but Bill Belichick is Baby LaFleur. Let's just be honest here. Matt LaFleur is the greatest coach football's ever seen. And he showed that against
record-wise.
He is incredible. And Derek Carr is mid. He's just Derek
Matt
LaFleur
is
good. He's washed.
Matt LaFleur is a good coach, but
Matt LaFleur is an incredible coach. Saints. Jordan Love is an absolute dot. Jordan Love's incredible. Luke Musgrave, young tight end, is going to come out, put the Saints to work because I think Saints have like the worst defense against tight ends. I think I read that somewhere, but I could be lying. I like to spread misinformation. Jordan Love's a dot. Aaron Jones should be coming back, and he has the ability to run over the Saints defense. I understand the Saints defense is incredible, but the Aaron Jones to Jordan Love 1-2 punch with the receivers that can get it done. They're not incredible, but they can get the job done. They're Jaden. I know where you live, and I could really hurt you. The Packers are going to win this one, and the Saints are just an awful team. They're so bad.
Yeah,
it would suck to be a Saints fan.
Yeah, Jackson. Wait, Nick. Let's bam him.
New spot might be opening soon, so
bam him.
Jawan Johnson's a bum. Derek Carr's a bum. It would suck to be a Saints fan.
Okay, can you guess where Matt LaFleur is on the all-time winning percentage for head coaches?
I don't know, but remember when Marquise Colston was a good wide receiver? You remember that, Jaden? That was so fun for you.
Matt LaFleur is 5, so he's.
Wait, where's that? I said top 5. Give me that.
He's behind Guy Chamberlain, the pioneer of the 1920s Canton Bulldogs with Jim Thorpe. And then you have John Madden at 2, George Allen at 4, and Vince Lombardi at 3. So I think LaFleur, you already have better Packers coaches than him. You have Curly Lambeau from the 30s and 40s.
What is the point?
That's an incredible dynasty, though. Like it doesn't. That doesn't.
Lombardi from the 50s.
So what's
the point of this?
Like he's still a dog.
Anyway, okay, we spent too much time on this game. On to the next one.
Guy? He sounds like a genius.
What?
Did anyone see that comment there? That last comment? That is just football genius.
Okay.
Saints
Dolphins, Broncos, football genius here. The Broncos are gonna get blown out, and you, as a Broncos fan, you know it, Jackson.
No. They're not gonna get blown out. Let's get that straight. They're not gonna get blown out.
I'll take
Broncos defense. This Broncos defense has the ability to get to Tua. They showed that against the worst O-line in football.
The Dolphins might be up there.
The Commandos and gave up 35 points, and the Commandos O-line sucks, and the Dolphins have a pretty good O-line nowadays.
Okay, but don't forget we came out 21-3, and then we crumbled. All right, if we can keep that pressure from that 21-3, okay, that first half where we went off, and Marvin Mims is still going for 60 yards. Russell Wilson. Yeah, learn the name, Nick.
The Bears would kill for Marvin Mims. Anyway.
Dude, Joe Bias, Oklahoma. Jackson, you're sounding like me.
He went off last week. How is that biased? When has a Bears receiver gone off? Like in the last Okay, whatever.
And the Dolphins don't have a good pass defense.
Yeah.
Their pass defense is not good at all.
And y'all don't have a good passing attack.
Russell Wilson is the veteran quarterback. I hate you, Jaden. Russell Wilson is the veteran quarterback that can dot this Dolphins defense.
Jaden, you went to a Broncos game last year. Aren't you a Broncos guy too? Or just a Colorado
with Javonte Williams, with Jaleel McLaughlin, Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy.
Wait, Judy's back?
Brandon Johnson. Oh, yeah, Jeudy played last week.
They like the entire receiving core, like 5 people deep.
There was also running backs in there too. I thought you knew football.
I feel like we talked about it before. I low-key kind of wanted to take the Broncos. It's just the Dolphins, they've looked good for 2 weeks. I don't know if as impressive. I mean, they won both games pretty close. And I don't know. I mean, I'll take if I was to put money on this game, I'd take the Broncos plus the points, but not necessarily money line.
Pat Surtain is the D-back to shut Tyreek Hill down. He's the one. Jalen Waddle's going to have to step up. All right. Well, Jaden, I hate the Saints just because of you two, so I'm glad we have that mutual respect for each other. I was the hugest Saints fan until I got on here.
We're hating on Carr like all the time, but anyway.
No, Derek
He
Carr's
hasn't
awful.
shown anything.
Like, remember when y'all had like Jimmy Graham? Who wants to be a Saints fan anymore?
Making one Super
Even
Bowl.
spread of the week.
Drew Brees was a racist.
What? Okay, can we move on to this game? Anyway, this is going to be a really good game. High scoring, in my opinion. 2 bad defenses and 2 good quarterbacks and good offenses. Reason I'm picking the Vikings, it's at home. It's at noon. Give me Cook at home at noon to get the job done versus a really bad defense.
What? What does noon have to do with it?
Cook plays good at noon at home.
Yeah, Cook's not a primetime quarterback.
Justin Jefferson, well, he was primetime versus the Eagles. It's just they had 5 fumbles that really hurt the team, but he had a good game there. So anyway, was I talking about? Jefferson is going to have a big game. Hawkinson's going to have a big game. And I just feel like this passing attack is going to do a lot of damage. So, as well as the Chargers. It's a coin flip game. I'm just trusting the Vikings at home here.
Keenan Allen is a better receiver than Justin Jefferson. All right, I'm kidding. But Keenan Allen is a great receiver. Gerald Everett's a slept-on tight end. I mean, this Chargers passing attack is gonna perform better than this Vikings passing attack.
The Chargers running game actually is a lot better than people think, because week 1 they ran for like 200 yards on the Dolphins, but then last week Eckler was out, and they're playing the Titans.
12 carries. And they did that on only like 46 plays under the average of like 64 in the league. So
yeah,
the run game's incredible, and they have the passing attack to compete with the Vikings.
Yeah, I say this like
the worst defense.
the obvious thing here would be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a high scoring game, but just how the NFL works, I could easily see this being like 23-20. That's just how the NFL works. I mean, I'll take the Chargers. I like Herbert more than Kirk. I think the Chargers are a better team than the Vikings. I had them projected better in the offseason. And the first 2 weeks, it's not as bad for the Chargers as I think people are. Obviously, 0-2 is not what they expected, and now what people expected. But losing by 3 to the Titans on the road and losing by 2 to the Dolphins is not. That's not like a horrible start. I think the Chargers bounce back.
Yeah, it comes down to if Kirk Cousins is good enough to make Justin Jefferson and Hawkinson look like better than which they can be better than the entire Chargers quarterback. I don't think Kirk Cousins is the quarterback to do it for them.
I mean, he's won 13 games last year, but whatever.
And then
the next one, Patriots, Jets. Yeah, this is a game that I think the Patriots just kind of have to win. You're in the situation where you're 0-2, played 2 really good football teams, played good in those games. Well, the Dolphins, they kind of struggled, had some turnovers, struggled to stop the run. But you're playing the Jets and Zach Wilson. I just expect this defense to put together another good performance. And I think the offense, well, they're going to have some struggles versus a really good Jets defense. They have the quarterback advantage. They have the coaching advantage. I think they're going to do enough to get this win at home.
All right, yeah. I like the Patriots. I think the Patriots are actually a pretty good team. Well, not pretty good, but they're better than 0-2. But I just want to read y'all. This is Zach Wilson in his 4 career games versus Belichick. His completion percentage: 58, 60, 47, and 40. Zach Wilson, Bill Belichick kind of owns Wilson with a 7-11 touchdown interception ratio. Bill Belichick is known for taking young quarterbacks kind of out of the game. I think Zach Wilson is just, I mean, he's I hate to pile on the guy because that's all he's getting piled on right now. I mean, everyone says he sucks. I hate to say it, but I just think the Patriots defense is too good. And I think the Patriots offense doesn't really need to do much. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if the Patriots get a defensive touchdown to kind of help them out. But I'll say the Patriots win like 20-10, 20-13. I don't think – so it'll definitely be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, that's a cute stat, Jude, but I'm curious. What's Bill Belichick's completion rate versus Zach Wilson? Okay, turn the stat over on its head. You know, it's not that impressive. What did Zach Wilson have for his tools at the time? He didn't have Garrett Wilson. He didn't have Breece Hall.
He probably did. Last year he did.
But hold on, no. But it depends on what time they played. But also, Breece Hall is coming back to his full potential. Dalvin Cook can be better than what he has been, and I think he showed that against the Bills. Garrett Wilson is an incredible receiver that the Patriots aren't ready to handle. And I said it again yesterday. The Patriots' top 4 offensive attackers are not good enough to win games like against the Jets. Ramondre is overrated, and we're going to see it this year. I'm telling you, Ramondre is not as good as we think he is. And I had respect for Ramondre, but I'm telling you, I know it when I see it. He's overrated. Juju Smith-Schuster.
Why are you just laughing?
This is serious. Juju Smith-Schuster
you said
is not a wide receiver one.
I know it when I see it. Like, what do you mean by that?
I mean it. Juju Smith-Schuster's overrated.
Okay.
Mac Jones is not going to keep up the performance he did in these first 2 weeks. There's just no way. I don't believe in Mac Jones at all. I would obviously Mac Jones is going to be better than Zach Wilson, but I think the Jets have the offense and the defense to carry Zach Wilson through this game to beat the Patriots, because I just think the Patriots are having an influx and reaction that
Thank you, John. I didn't want to interrupt Jackson to say this, but I was gonna say this after he finished talking to be respectful, but it was such a bad take that John had to handle it. So
why is it such a bad take?
It's not a bad take. It's not a bad take at all.
Saying you don't think the Patriots can handle Garrett Wilson, but they literally just shut down Tyreek Hill, who torched whoever.
With the other option of Jalen Waddle, this is a whole different scheme. You've got Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. When plays are being run in different everybody knows Tua's going to Hill, and then if Hill's getting closed down, he's going to Waddle. So here's what's going to happen. They're going to run the ball. They're going to pounce on the run. Garrett Wilson's going to be open.
No, because they have really good linebackers to stop the run, and they have a guy, Kyle
Well,
Duggar.
Nick, okay, I hate to
Can I finish my talk? They have Kyle Duggar who can play safety and linebacker, and then they're going to have Christian Gonzalez doing a lot of work on Garrett Wilson, along with free safety help from guys like Adrian Phillips. So, they're going to be fine.
Okay. I hate to just sit here and I sound like I'm just defending Jackson all the time, but you think there's no way the Jets win?
I didn't say there's no way the Jets win.
That's what I'm trying to get across.
Sounds like you're saying.
I said Garrett Wilson. I don't think he's going to go off because I think it's a really tough team to go off versus.
I wouldn't say it's a very tough team to go.
Oh, well, yeah. I will say, the Patriots do or Belichick's always known for taking the biggest, he's known for taking your biggest strength away. The one thing you do best, he always takes it away. But I don't really know what the Jets offense even does good. With Wilson,
I don't think the Patriots are a very hard team to go off against at all. And how is it impossible for this Jets team to win this game?
No one said it was impossible.
You were kind of acting like it.
That's what it felt like.
I only talked about the game.
I don't know how you're so married to this. There was no relinquish of possibility to the Jets in your monologue. And the Jets, this is not Hunter Henry is not going to keep up his production throughout the season. Maybe he does throughout this game. Hunter Henry is gonna wash up on the beach somewhere, and it's gonna be in New York. That's my guess, or somewhere in New Jersey, wherever they are. Well, this is no question.
On to the Bills Commandos. This is Jackson Stinker. I think it's going to be a good game. I think Sam Howell. It's still kind of tough to game plan for the Sam Howell, Eric Bieniemy offense early in the year, as Jackson's Broncos know. They can play on the offensive side of the ball. And
did anyone say DPI just then? I thought I heard that.
The defense, they have a pretty good defense too. So they have a lot of ways that they could potentially win this game. And it's although I don't really think it matters. I just think the Bills are the better team with the more experienced quarterback, and they'll do enough in the end to win it. But I think it's going to be a close game going into the fourth quarter, and then the Bills will kind of pull away with the veteran.
Okay. Sorry, Jude. I know you usually go next, but how do you relinquish possibility to the Commanders versus the Bills, but the Jets versus the Patriots is a crazy take? You didn't give any possibility.
So now you're just making up a narrative.
No, I'm not. You gave possibility to the Commanders in that this is going to be a close game. But Patriots have absolutely no chance.
The Jets have a big chance to win that game.
You ran the Patriots narrative down my throat.
What?
You ran your little Patriots narrative down my throat, and then I started talking about the Jets, and you
I was just
laughing,
giving you an argument for one of your statements. I never said the Jets couldn't win the game, and you even said that last. So now you're just repeating the same thing, which we need to move on because I already told you the Jets could win the game. But anyway, on to the Bills. Jude.
Smooth.
What you feeling here?
Yeah, the Bills, they're just better. Commanders are a shaky 2-0. I don't necessarily – Howells look good. I'm not going to say I fully trust them yet. Still need to see more. But I think the Bills just continue to build off what they did last week, because last week was a really good performance. And I think the Commanders they have a lot of their weaknesses are some of the Bills' strengths, like especially for the Commanders' defense. I don't think their secondary is as strong, and I think the Bills can attack that. And I think Josh Allen has a good game and the Bills win.
Yeah, Bills walked over the Raiders, which is a team that beat the Broncos by more than the Commanders did, and the Commanders didn't let the Broncos score anywhere near. And let's be honest, the Broncos choked this game. They should have beat the Commanders. So Bills should have no problem if you just look at like
transitive property
or game theory. There's no way the football team wins this game.
It's the Redskins.
Unless the Bills play like they did week 1, which they're not. Josh Allen worked it in just like Lamar did, just like Burrow, just like every other quarterback did after their week 1 struggles. But no, because no one expected anything from him. He's playing what we expected. He's
running back.
He's meeting my expectations. I'll tell you that.
All right, we can move on.
Bills destroy the Commanders.
Jackson, I see what you're trying to do, but like that's not how the NFL works. It's matchup. It's a lot of talent based, but it's also matchup based. Just because this team beat this team and that team lost to this team doesn't mean that team who now plays this team that they lost.
Nick, I totally understand that. That's not how it always works. But still, this you think this Bills team is not even like you think this is an even matchup for the Bills?
No, I'm picking the Bills to win, but I think that it's going to be a pretty
James
good game.
Cook looks great. There's no way. There's just no way.
Kendall Fuller is a really good corner.
You got Josh Allen versus Sam Howell. Antonio Gibson or Brian Robinson is not going to recreate the game he had. Like versus James Cook, who looks good.
So we're arguing over nonsense here.
Hey, you started the argument, buddy. I'm just ready to finish it.
On to Jaguars Texans. Interesting game here. Another game that I think will be pretty close. One of the games that I'm kind of looking forward to this week because there's not too many good ones. But anyway, Jags comes down to I trust Lawrence a lot in this situation. Home divisional game. You know, you really need to start the year 2-1. 1-2 is not pretty for the Jags. So, yeah, Texans could be tricky. You know, Stroud's been looking good. But Jags have a pretty good young defense who I think can get after him, get a solid amount of pressure on him. And also, D'Amico Ryans, this is the first time playing against, a quarterback of Lawrence's caliber, in my opinion. So I think that's going to be kind of tough. Lamar's tough, but Lawrence is going to be tough too. And I think the Jags are going to do enough to win this game.
Come on, bro. Bro. We played Lamar week 1.
Yeah, no. Okay, so you play pretty similar caliber, but I think Lawrence is
it's obviously way different quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's different style, and I think Lawrence's passing style, high volume passing style, they haven't faced yet. So it's kind of different from going from Lamar, Minshew to Lawrence. So
Texans also played Mike Vick and Ray Lewis's love child week 2. So I don't know. That's a fair thing to say. I'm just saying. That's what they are.
We'll say I'm rooting for my Texans, man.
Yeah, we just mentioned they played the Ravens. What's the problem here?
Because you said that Lawrence was not.
It was just a little bit.
Facts. So Lamar is better than Lawrence.
Yeah, we strongly disagree though, and I don't really think it's even much of a debate. But anyway,
dude, Lawrence said
Nick, you're just wrong.
Games, bro.
Okay, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to predict the games, Jags.
Yeah, I think I'm
sorry we got so off schedule, teacher.
I'll come out and say that. I'm rooting for my Texans here. I think it's going to be a close game. Just divisional games are always closer than you expect. The Texans have owned the Jags. Even when Lawrence has been there, Texans have owned them. So I like the Jags, though. I think that for the Texans, I just think it's going to take time. I mean, we see it the first 2 weeks. They've been banged up, and Stroud has looked really good. But I just think it's going to take more time for them to just get everything going. And the Jags need this. If the Jags drop this one, that's a really disappointing loss, and they need this game a lot more than Houston.
I don't know if y'all watched the Jags-Chiefs game, but the Chiefs did not look good. And the Jags, it really came down to the Jags just were worse than the Chiefs. And the Texans look good. So if the Texans defense plays better and the Jags offense plays like they have been playing, it's gonna be the Texans.
I think Jimmy Ward's going to be back. That helps a lot.
So, and you said Laramie Tunsil might be back too.
Yeah.
So I think Texans are going to improve, and Jags are a stagnant team for now.
So you think Texans win or just plus the 9? Or you think Texans win, right?
I think Texans win.
Okay. Well, we'll say like a score prediction. Like low scoring or high scoring?
Low scoring. I think it's a low scoring.
Yeah.
Game. I think both
Usually
these
division
teams
games
struggle to
just
score.
low.
I think Stroud outthrows Lawrence, and Etienne is a good running back. But
So is Damian Pierce, man.
yeah, but I think Etienne's better.
But offensive line
Pierce is
offensive line stinks. Like right now.
But I don't think the running game is going to have a huge influence on the outcome.
Okay. I guess we'll move on.
All right, Ravens.
Dog.
This very very tough game for the Colts. You know, the Ravens, really good team, really good defense. It looks like Richardson could be out with a concussion. Minshew, you know, he's had up and down moments in his career, but this is just a tough matchup. And it's in Baltimore. Give me the Ravens to win pretty big.
Yeah, I think the Ravens win this one big. I wouldn't necessarily say big because I know it's tough in the NFL, but I feel like this would if the Ravens this would be a game where they don't necessarily show everything of their new offense. No, you could they might just want to keep like rolling because week 1 was a little shaky, but week 2 looked really good. So you might just want to keep it rolling. But the Ravens just have way more talent. I mean, like you said, Minshew probably going to start. I just think it's going to be a tough one for the Colts to win. Ravens have a huge coaching advantage too.
Yeah, I think Lamar looks locked in fine after a shaky week 1 versus the Texans. Gus Edwards had a pretty good game taking over for J.K. Dobbins. And the Ravens, Odell Beckham, I think, is out with an ankle sprain. That's right, I think.
I think I don't know if he's out, but he's on the report. On the injury report.
Okay, I thought they said that he's not going to play. But if Odell Beckham's not there, I'd like Zay Flowers to step up and take this game over for the Ravens, especially against like a Colts offense. A Colts defense is just not incredible, and a Colts offense led by Gardner Minshew and Zach Moss.
It's the Kardashian curse.
And Michael Pittman there. No real leaders on that team to get them through. So, yeah, give me the Ravens pretty easily.
On to the Seahawks-Panthers. So Bryce Young, he's dealing with, I believe, an ankle or foot injury or something. So he didn't practice. But, yeah, I think that no matter who starts, Young or Dalton, going into Seattle, tough environment to play in. Seattle, I think, is going to, as we saw last week, get it going offensively. And I expect this to be a pretty big win for the Seahawks here. As the 3 o'clock games, looking like a lot of, like, kind of easy picks, to be honest. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'll say I like the Seahawks. Obviously, the Panthers' offense has shown zero. I don't think the Seahawks necessarily have to do a lot on offense. I just think the Panthers, they're not going to be able to put up many points. I mean, unless they start to show something that they haven't shown the first 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know if they can keep up with the Seahawks, especially. It's a tough environment, like you said. And if Bryce Young's he's kind of banged up too, that really hurts. But honestly, if Bryce Young is a little banged up, why don't they just start Dalton? I mean, yeah, you want your guy to get reps, but also you want your guy to be healthy. So I think I don't know.
I think you got to play Bryce Young.
Even if he's a little
I get your reason. I guess it depends. It really depends. But it depends on how hurt. But I would love to see Bryce Young out there if I'm managing him. The Seahawks should single-handedly take this game. Geno Smith performs. DK Metcalf. Tyler Lockett's the most underrated player in the NFL. Yeah, everybody's going to beat the Panthers is really what it comes down to, like Jude said earlier.
Yeah. Move on.
on to the next game, the Bears versus the Chiefs. As a Bears fan, last week's been kind of rough. Week 1, it was, I guess, week 1. We played the Packers. Then we looked like we couldn't even complete a forward pass versus the Buccaneers after the first drive the other day. And now we have Fields, saying he doesn't like the coaching, doesn't like what.
Yeah, but we don't know what happened off the field.
He doesn't like the
Bears have a lot of stuff going on right now, man.
Okay, hold up. He doesn't like throwing from the pocket or something, So he's going to kind of he basically told the Chiefs, I'm going to go be me and play kind of my own style, which, they're just going to put Nick Bolton and Leo Chanel, the linebackers, spying the QB, and containing him on the outside, knowing he's going to try to run a lot. And it's going to go bad for the Bears. Maybe Fields can prove me wrong and go play his style, but I think it's more he's going to have a little bit more, highlight reel plays than he was before because he's going to be running more. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of reckless and poor decisions, and we're just ultimately going to probably lose like 37-17 if we even score that much. But, yeah, it's going to be a tough game for the Bears. And then the defensive coordinator resigned, so we have coaching issues, quarterback issues, defense issues.
Everything issues.
Play the Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champs in Arrowhead. So it's looking really bad. Man, but y'all can talk.
Primary shareholder.
He was shareholder for a little bit. So he tried to overthrow my whole entire company.
Yeah, Chiefs roll, man. The Chiefs defense has actually looked really good. Honestly, they only had the Lions 2 touchdowns, and then the Jags, they let 0 touchdowns up. So I think their defense is going a little under the radar, and I think this is a good game for their offense to kind of bounce back against the Bears, who their defense is really bad. So yeah, I like the Chiefs big, but I don't think the Bears are gonna. You say, 17. I feel like that's kind of a stretch. I don't know.
Scoring 17 points.
Yeah, Bears scoring 17.
I think, there's garbage time to maybe.
Yeah, it's going to come down to garbage time.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just didn't like that comment from Fields at all, man. That was just so bad.
The Chiefs are going to get up so big, I think, in Matt Nagy being the Chiefs OC.
Oh, yeah, he's going to want to roll them.
He's going to be like, no, but I think he's going to be like, kind of start to feel bad for Fields.
No.
Be like, run the ball, and then Fields will score a garbage time.
No, that bull, man. You don't know how coaches work, man. That is never going to happen. If anything, Nagy's going to be going up to Andy Reid when it's like 35-10 and be like, hey, why are we taking the starters out? When it's like the fourth quarter.
This is an easy stinker of the year candidate. Or, a stinker of the week. Stinker of the week. Could be.
Because didn't the Bears fire him? So why would he be pissed? He's going to be pissed at the Bears.
No, but he likes Fields, I think.
So, who cares about Fields? He's the offensive guy. He doesn't coach against Fields.
It's gonna come down to the fact that Kelsey is not
finally getting love.
No, I love you so much. I'll see you after the podcast. Kelsey was having his week 1 game last week, so he didn't have a great
Chris
week.
Jones looked really good.
So Kelsey's coming back for his second week of football. So is Chris Jones. They're now warmed up. How is the Bears defense gonna handle that offense when their defensive coordinator looks like he should have been coaching kids the whole time? There's just
oh boy,
the Bears don't have the personnel to equip to handle the Chiefs offense.
Okay, anything we want to add, or can we move on?
Move on, man.
On to my stinker of the week: Cardinals, Cowboys in Arizona. I think that Josh Dobbs is gonna get sacked by Micah Parsons 2 or 3 times, in my opinion. And the Cardinals, their defense is gonna get shredded from start to finish until Cooper rushes in the game with Trey Lance or somebody, and in the fourth quarter. And I think it's just gonna be a blowout from start to finish, but we'll see.
Didn't you say that Trey Lance might take Dak's job, Nick?
No, I didn't say that.
You sure?
Bro,
I feel like I remember that popping up.
No.
Maybe you didn't say it on the podcast, so maybe it's not on the video.
It wasn't on the podcast. Whenever he got traded, I just trolled you and sent Trey Lance to the Cowboys taking Dak's spot. Come on.
How are you supposed to troll over text? Okay, whatever.
You know I'd be trolling.
The Cowboys roll. You be trolling. It's funny.
I know you be
Cowboys roll.
trolling.
I think they build off of what they have done the last 2 weeks. Look like the best team in the NFL, honestly. So yeah, Cowboys roll.
Yeah, as Jude called Dobbs, it's Micah Parsons versus a pumpkin. So it'll be a wash.
Or is that Jude?
That was me.
I'm saying as Jude called him. Jude called Dobbs a pumpkin.
I did say that. He's looked a lot. He's impressed me a little bit though. I'll give him that.
But it's my favorite pumpkin. So actually, no, Jordan Walsh for the Razorbacks now at the Celtics is my favorite pumpkin. But Joshua Dobbs is a close second pumpkin. Yeah, Cowboys will dominate the Cardinals. The Cardinals suck. It's a battle for last place between Cardinals and Giants, and it looks like Cardinals are taking the cake. Panthers are a dark horse though.
And Bears.
Giants aren't going to finish.
Bears
Giants won't finish anywhere near the last. So you have to look at the Bears before the Giants.
The Giants might start 1-5.
Depends. It depends the effect not having Saquon has.
It's gonna be bad, man.
It's like 3 to 4 weeks.
Move on.
Yeah.
Next game.
Move on to the next game. Sunday Night Football. Boom, 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 boom. Raiders, Steelers. Rematch of the 1972 Immaculate Reception game. The Raiders suck. I'm just going to say flat out. The Steelers' defense, we've seen Garoppolo when he's under pressure. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league already, and whenever he's under pressure, it only gets even worse. I'm talking about starting quarterbacks, by the way, because obviously he can make a good backup. But yeah, TJ Watt company is just going to get after him, and he's going to struggle. And, Pickett, you have to get going on offense. Like, I was a big Kenny Pickett guy. He's starting to prove me wrong by the way he's been playing. But, this is a game, bad defense. You have to get it going. So we'll see. But I expect the Steelers to win, I'd say 24-16 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's tough, man, because I'm either betting on Kenny Pickett or Jimmy Garoppolo. That's pretty tough. I'll take the Raiders here. Looking at the first 2 weeks, the Steelers had no business, and the Browns haven't even looked good, but the Steelers really had no business winning that game. They had 2 defensive touchdowns. Is that really ever going to happen again? I don't.
Honestly, it could happen this game.
No. Jimmy G's been better than Deshaun Watson so far.
Wow.
Yeah, agreed.
Why is that? Wow. Deshaun was awful on Monday, but okay. I think this is going to be a classic, back to the old rivalry. Low scoring. I think Jimmy G probably gives them a drive late, maybe when it's tied. The Steelers' offense has just been so bad. It's tough to just say, they're going to pick it up. It's tough. This is, I will say,
a really good Browns team. As you said, they had the 2 defensive touchdowns, but, the Raiders aren't a good team.
And the 49ers, they did 0. You play the Niners. Yeah, you probably aren't supposed to win that game, but you don't even score anything. 7? That's
was a rough week 1, no doubt.
And then a rough week 2. So it's tough.
I feel like this 2 very tough defenses, though. If there's a game where you have to get it going, this has to be it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said, yeah.
Then those serious concerns. But, I think Kenny's shown when the lights are on him in prime time, he can play pretty well like he did last year in prime time moments. And this is a bad defense, so I think he can put together a pretty good game, but we'll see.
I'm taking Jimmy G over Pickett. I'm taking Josh Jacobs over Najee. I'm taking Devontae Adams over George Pickens. And I think that's what it comes down to. Yeah.
The rest of the roster, the defense.
The Steelers' defense is better. I wouldn't go rest of the roster. Then
the Raiders
Jacoby Myers is better than any receiver the Steelers have.
Who?
Jacoby Myers. I think he's better than any receiver the Steelers have.
I strongly disagree that Jacoby Myers is not better than Pickens, in my opinion.
Besides Pickens.
I'm going
Deontay's
Pickens
still out, right?
Yeah, Deontay's still out.
Deontay was on the IR.
Well,
yeah, so
Pryor was a really good tight end.
I'll take.
They have a really good tight end.
I won't consider him really good. He's solid. I'll say solid.
Njoku's better than Fryermuth. He's not really good.
I think Fryermuth's better than Njoku.
I think you're wrong.
Bro. All right.
Jimmy
anything
G
else, or can we move on?
I think it comes down to Jimmy G versus Pickett.
It's a late drive.
Unless the Steelers' defense plays like the Cowboys' defense. which
Just possible.
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will.
Monday Night Football, Buccaneers at home play the Eagles. I think the Eagles is the way more talented roster. And I think that this is Baker's first defensive test, really. And I think, it's a spot where we've seen him shine in big moments at sometimes, but we also see him flop in big moments. And if I had to bet, I'd predict he'd flop because he's playing a really good defense, like I mentioned. And I think Hurts, the Bears, Fields, not to his credit, but to his point, Fields only rushed for under 5 rush yards and 3 attempts with something crazy low versus the Bucs. Hurts, I think, is going to run more than Fields. So I think that that's going to provide a little bit more of a tough game plan for the Bucs defense. And I think they just don't match up very good with the Eagles. And, yeah, I think the Eagles are going to have a good game here.
Yeah, but we were talking about this before. I'll take the Bucs plus the points. I feel like the Eagles will kind of control this game. But this is what I predict. And then the Bucs will maybe score a late touchdown, put them down 3, and then the Eagles get the ball back for a few minutes and then just run the clock out. Bucs try to get the ball back. I think this is a big game for the Bucs, I'll say, because they started 2-0, but no one is talking about them. So if this is a game where if they wanted to make a statement, this is the game. I don't even think it's impossible because the Eagles secondary just looks so bad. And they're getting more banged up. Vontae Magg just got hurt.
Well, yeah, they do have the new safeties, which is a big piece for them. But I think the safeties, what's the guy's name? Is it?
Mike Evans has looked really good.
Safety out of Illinois.
Yeah.
Something Sydney. Or his first name Sydney. Maybe I'm
Mike Evans.
They have a safety out of Illinois who I think once he gets going, he can be a pretty solid player.
This might be a hot take, but I feel like Mike Evans is the first 2 weeks. These are the best I've seen him play in his career. He just looks better. He's
maybe it's because
lacking.
his contract deal he's playing better than he usually has played in the past.
I guess he's just racking more than
Evans used to be a dog, but he is.
Okay, you can say the rack, which yes, it was impressive.
He used to be a different kind of receiver.
But he's still been the same guy in my opinion. And watching him play the Bears, he had racked because of a huge push off on a rookie corner that was a no call, and then he caught it and had no one by him because the Bears defense sucks, and he clearly pushed off. And then other than that, he had a big catch on the sideline. When
he broke a tackle. When have you ever seen Mike Evans with a spin move?
Listen, when the rookie corner Tyreek Stevenson didn't really.
Yeah, and you say the Bears defense sucks, and guess what Mike Evans did? He dominated. That's what that's what good to great receivers do. Whenever they have a bad matchup, they dominate. What more do you want Mike Evans to do? To prove to you?
I was just saying there was context to the run after catch because it was a clear PI.
The thing is, Mike Evans never was a rack kind of guy. He was a go up and get it guy.
Even if it was PI, he still ran for 50 yards after. I've never seen Mike Evans do that. I don't think the Bucs have a shot here, but I don't know. I think their offense is still kind of work in progress, so I'll take the Eagles.
Yeah, Bucs just have the higher hill to climb here. The Eagles obviously have the roster to kick the crap out of the Bucs, but the thing is, Eagles roster isn't playing to the echelon that they're in, and the Eagles defense, like you said, their secondary doesn't look good. I didn't hear about the injury, but if another guy in their secondary is hurt, that's not a good look. And Baker looks very good, and if Baker has a game here, they could easily take this game.
It
could also be
Yeah.
So Jude, it sounded like you predicting the Bucs to win. By the way, you were talking, but you're still picking the Eagles.
I told you I had the Eagles winning by I take the Bucs on the points. I'll say the score is 27-24.
I was thinking something.
I think it's 27-17 with 5 minutes. Bucs score a touchdown. Try to get the ball back and then cover the spread. I think
Eagles clear.
I don't think it's
a little more.
I think this is gonna be a really good game. It's gonna be obviously like you said, Nick. Bucs big first test.
But I want to say one thing. Yeah, the safety out of Illinois, Sidney Brown, I think once he gets going, he's going to be pretty good for the Eagles, but we'll see. It could take time. And then they still have 2 number 1 corners in Darius Slay and James Bradbury. So I'm going to trust the secondary to start to pick it up. It's just, again, they have new pieces with the safety. So
that's why I take the Eagles there, is that they have less to overcome than the Bucs.
Yeah.
The Bucs
have to play a perfect game, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On to the other Monday night football game. Rematch of a Super Bowl 56, I think it was, 2 years ago. But anyway, the Rams, I predicted them to win this game under the assumption that Joe Burrow doesn't play. If Joe Burrow plays, I mean, it's still a tough game to predict, but I probably lean Bengals then. And first, I thought my upset of the week was going to be the Saints-Packers, as the Saints are 2-point underdogs to Green Bay. Then I saw the Rams are currently 2-point underdogs to the Bengals. But my prediction is Burrow's not going to play, and the spread is going to change. So the Rams will probably be favored, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah, so that would change my upset of the week, obviously, because I don't think it would still be a +2.5 spread. But anyway, yeah, I just think with Burrow probably going to be out, the Rams are going to have the big quarterback advantage. And the receivers who have to fill in for Kupp, they've been looking pretty solid. So with the Bengals still trying to, get figured out in the secondary, Awuzie off an ACL injury, Cam Taylor-Britt still a young number 2 corner. Mike Hilton's good in the slot, though. I think the Rams can do enough passing the ball to win this game. But, yeah, that's under the assumption Burrow doesn't play. As if Burrow plays, I'm switching my pick to the Bengals.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because we don't really know much about the Burrow situation. But it sucks. I honestly, just for him, I don't want him to play. I want him to sit out until he's fully healthy. But I feel like he's just going to try to gut it out. And I feel like this game will probably be more low scoring. So I think the Bengals defense is pretty good. It's been proven to be pretty good the last couple of years. I don't think really much has changed. I think it's just there's no way the Bengals start 0-3. If the Bengals start 0-3 and Burrow plays on Monday, then that's tough, man.
Yeah, these are must-win games.
Yeah, especially in that division. The Ravens are already 2 ahead of them, and they have the tiebreaker already. I mean, I'm just picking the Bengals. Honestly, I like the Bengals more than the Rams. I like their roster. On the reception, Burrow plays. I think they need this game more than the Rams, and I think Burrow will win them the game. Probably a late scoring drive.
Interesting thing to note: the Bengals did start 0-2 last year and then finished 12-4. So, hey.
Yeah, but this is a different situation because Burrow's hurt,
and it also depends on who they played those first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What?
It depends who they played those first 2 weeks.
They played the Cowboys, but the Cowboys will remember they were without Dak. It was Cooper Rush Cowboys.
Yeah, the Bengals were bad.
Steelers.
Yeah, the Bengals were really bad to start.
The O-line was struggling, and they played 2
atrocious. Yeah,
kind of like this scenario. They played 2. Well, who they play out? The Ravens. The Ravens.
Ravens and the Browns.
But the Browns really good pass rush. So interesting. But Jackson, what were you saying?
I was just going to say these are must-win games for the Bengals because they've got Rams, Titans, Cardinals, and then Seahawks before the 49ers. That actually might be out of order, but it's those are the 4 teams they play before they have to go up against the Niners. And these are games they're going to need to win before they start dropping games to teams like the Niners. And I mean, there's a lot of teams they look like they would have dropped games to so many teams in these first 2 weeks that the Bengals can't afford to drop now that they've lost those first 2 games. But I'm taking the Rams whether Burrow plays or not because I think the Rams look so good. And I don't think they have the defense to slow down. If the Rams offense plays like they did against the 49ers, I don't think the Bengals had the defense to slow them down. And I think if Burrow plays, it will probably fall to the Bengals, but I still take the Rams both ways because I think they have what it takes to overcome this game and win it. And it looks like how it's lining up for the Bengals this year.
Well, anyway, that's our picks for week 3. Let me fix the screen real quick. There we go. Fun podcast, though. Thank you guys all who tuned in. Lots of comments. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. And Yeah, you didn't expect to get a Guy Chamberlain reference in this podcast, so that was pretty cool.
No, it wasn't.
But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, peace.